Hey everyone, this is Felicia with The Book Is Done. I wanted to come and just hit y'all up a little bit. I have been busy. I have been reading like crazy. So I'm trying to play catch up on my to be read pile. I have so much. I have bookcases worth. But one book that I did finish today, this right here, I'm trying my best not to buy all of her books and just read them in a matter of a week. Um, the Inmate was super, super good. I had a feeling as to who I thought it was for the good bit of the book, and I will say that in essence, I got half of it right, but it wasn't the character's person that I believe that it was. It was another person's character. So still the same title, but of another person. When you read it, you'll see. I don't want to give it away, but the Inmate, basically, long story short, it does have spoilers about not really abuse, but it does have like murder in it. Of course, it's a psychological thriller, duh. But there is like some verbal abuse, but really, yeah, verbal abuse. There is some physical abuse. That's kind of in connection with the murders and assaults and things of that nature, but it could be a trigger to some. But yeah, if you haven't read the book, go get it. The Inmate by Freida McFadden. Good read, like 388 pages worth, 382 pages worth, give or take. Go check it out. Okay, so the book. I feel like I need to start something where, like, I have a podcast with folks and we just have this dialogue because I have questions, y'all. So, the Inmate basically talks about is three main characters, but it's really one. The main character, her name is Brooke. So, Brooke is a survivor of a physical assault or an attempted murder, and she it happens like her senior year in high school, and she believed that it was at the hands of her boyfriend Shane. And so Shane is another main character, and then another main character that kind of comes in later in the book is Tim. Tim is the best friend of Brooke. Like, they've known each other since they were kids, like diapers. So Tim and Brooke, that's like right hand person. So fast forward like 11 years later, she's a nurse practitioner and she accepts this job in a prison as a nurse practitioner. So I feel like she did it on purpose, but at the same point in time, I don't think that what she meant to do on purpose was something that was actually going to come to pass. So her she said she testified that her accused killer was her boyfriend Shane, boyfriend at the time, Shane. So ironically, Shane is at this prison. He has a life sentence. He's been there for 10 years. Oh, she has a son, Josh, who is 10 years old. He is Shane's son. So her and Shane's son. So she gets into the prison and she is doing all of this stuff and being a nurse practitioner and helping people. And it's like the second patient she has is Shane. And so it's super awkward because it's been 10 years and, things of that nature. So it's like throughout the body of the book, they go back and forth between present day, 11 years ago, present day, 11 years ago. So you can kind of get a feel for the outline of the book. So they did that. And then it was rapidly coming to modern day. Tim, who is her childhood best friend, so she ends up coming back. At first, she had gotten pregnant at 18, 17, and so her parents basically like had her fly out of town, like just run from the scene. She couldn't come back. And so she returns back to the town because her parents, both of them, were killed in a car accident. So she was given the house, her childhood house. So her and her 10-year-old son moved into the house. That's how they came back to the hometown. That's how she started working at the jail. So she's back at the hometown. Tim still lives in his childhood home. They were like neighbors, so he was like 2 doors down or something. So he still lives there. He's the assistant principal of her son's elementary school. So they get to know each other and things of that nature. And yeah, I'm not going to tell anymore. Just know, I knew kind of early on as to who it was. I was honestly, I would say I was about 60% right. Like 60% right. And for this to be a Freida McFadden book, I never get it right. Never. Listen, that last sentence or just that last chapter where it was like a month later, 2 months later, at the end, took me out. I don't believe that that would have happened if he knew the entire story. If he did, then I don't believe that he would have did what he did, and to who. But sorry, excuse me, I'm doing good. It's not so late. So I would definitely suggest trying it. This is my third Freida book. Probably this is my first one this month, but the third one this year. I started with Never Lie 2 weeks ago. 2 days after that, I did The Housemaid. Now I'm doing this one. And I have other books to read. Like I'm reading like 10 other books. But I started on this one today. Do You Remember? By Freida McFadden. I am like 97 pages in and it's like 332 pages. The rate that I'm going, I started this a few hours ago. The rate that I'm going to be finished with this book by tomorrow. And so I have to pace myself. And I did pre-order Freida McFadden's follow-up book to The Housemaid. It's The Housemaid's Secret. It's already out, but it comes out in paperback on February 20th. I already prepaid for it. I'm just waiting for it to ship and get here on February 21st. Hello. So, between time, I'm still reading some other good books. Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. I'm reading something by Louise Penny. I forgot. I'm reading Zululand by an author who is just really getting out there. And so it's a lot that I'm reading. It's a lot that I'm going to fill you in on here soon enough. But again, this is The Inmate by Freida McFadden. This is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out. What's next?